morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's 7:24 here on West Coast. 4:23:24. Yeah, baby. Well, yeah, we've been a little bit busy this morning, as you can tell. We had two interesting guys talking about, for lack of a better word, climate change, but not necessarily completely, the fear-mongering that's out there. We talked a little bit about the Milankovitch cycle, as well as the delineation of an ice age termination event, and what kind of overlaps happen between the two. So I felt that was kind of interesting, and that's why I brought that to your attention. It's normal for the planet to get warm, especially when we're coming out of an ice age. Is it all man-made? Well, no. Now, one of the guys said it was about 50%, and already my bullshit meter went off real good. Yeah. And I said, really? The Hunga Tunga Happy Eye last year. Yeah, I don't know how much crap got thrown up in the air, but just that one volcano, I think, did an immense amount of change to the Earth. And also, all the other volcanoes have been popping. I mean, shoot, we've had several at 55,000 feet already. And these things happen, like bam, right away. Not a gradual thing, but right away. But you get 15 or so volcanoes up there, farting in the wind. There's no amount of cows that ever gonna change that, And it's interesting too, which they didn't bring about except for in the permafrost and the wetland area. And before an earthquake happens, there's a methane release in the planet. Now, how many earthquakes do we have today? Let me see here. So far, 63 quakes in the last, day and a half that are over 2.5. And do you think those things create methane as well? Or release methane? And last I heard, they can't stop an earthquake, nor a volcano, nor a cow fart unless you get rid of all the cows. But I don't want them to do that because I love Steak Friday. Yeah, I love Steak Friday. I love my burgers too, and whatever, burgers are the cheap man's steak, poor man's steak. But yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I'm looking at the planet today, and like I said, there's 63 earthquakes thereabouts on the planet, and it just happens, like last night when we did that little rabbit hole, or for about an hour and 20 minutes. Yep, I've had to cut down the rabbit hole times a little bit due to the fact that they don't allow me to post longer than really an hour. Let me see if anybody has said anything here. Yeah, rolling 3. All right. Clemmer's show was off the hook. That was the only discussion somebody had about it. And I didn't record. What did I? I know I recorded the live show here. Yeah, 5 people saw the Taiwan thing last night. Yeah, Taiwan is going off. There you go. Big explosions in Taiwan. And the rabbit hole has been happening. Been pretty good. Timmy's out there and saying hey. and also the shit show over there in Clemmer's neck of the woods. Luke Clemmer, better known as the Walleye King. He's been doing pretty good there. And speaking of that, yeah. And here's a picture created or an advertising. He's there on Fridays at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it'll be one more day there, or it might not work this week. I'm not sure. I think he's going to have one more there, and then the following will be here at JSL Studios, and we'll have a lot of fun there because I'm going to interview him. That's right. He too is a blue collar guy, and we'll see what transpires. But yeah, do you have your coffee this morning, or did you have your coffee this morning? Yeah, that's right. I did. I do, and enjoy it every morning with you. I love spending the time here with you. Well, that's an interesting quake, Cat. That's an interesting, it seems to act like a new fault rupture. If you have some anecdotal evidence or an observation beyond the statement, put it in there so that we can see what you're seeing. But so far I've seen, and what our study showed last night, is that it's happening normally. But if you see something that I didn't see, please put some in there to help us see what you're seeing. I appreciate that. Oh man! Good morning, Timmy. Good morning, Walleye King. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, 42 Hood. Good morning, Rocket Bob 76. Good morning, Quake Cat. Good morning, Kana. Good morning, Denise in the UK. I hope you're feeling better. Good morning, Simply Sue. Good morning, Flutter Girl. And Brainstorm and DK from PA and Snarls. Good morning to all y'all. Let's see. Starting off with the solar weather right now. Solar wind speeds at 401. Proton densities at 1.8. We've had an M1 and an M3. Yeah. Already. Yep. We had a sympathetic solar flare. Yeah. 4 solar flares at once. Believe it. During the early hours of the 23rd, NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory watched 4 regions of the sun by hundreds of thousands of kilometers explode simultaneously. Yeah. Multiple CMEs left the sun in the past 24 hours, mostly on a trajectory south of Earth, which is good. Even if one of them grazes the Earth's magnetic field, it could spark just a G1. Most likely impacts will be on the 25th and the 26th. That's 2 days away. Alrighty then. There's a ton of sunspots here. Let me show you that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 sunspots. This region right here is where all the crap's happening. Yep. And it just pump. One here, one there. Okay. Let me show you the video here. Sympathetic flare video. Play the movie. They all popped at the same time. Yep. And there's a big release right here in the middle. If we look at Alaska right now, we'll see Alaska 2. Ding, 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 ding. And 2200, boom, there's one. Yep, there were double whammy there, eh? And another one, and a 3-banger. Yep. Shooting a lot of stuff to our south. I don't know what the BZ is. Let's check out the BZ. Yeah, well, it's all the way in the north. It was in the south. It was in the south on the 23rd, about 800 hours. And then here we are, way in the north. Although it's dropping right now, it's 4.4. Was half the time again up above. These the BZs are not happening that much craziness right now. So Not to worry, the swings aren't really happening. On this day in history, 1998, we had an X 1.7. Yep. And in 2003, we had a 7.4. And 2001, we had a 5.7 M's. Geometric storms. In 2023, we had a G4 on this date. And we had in 2002, we had a G2. And as well in 2012. And the latest X flare happened on March 28th. We had an X 1.1. The last M flare happened today, an M3. Woo! And then the last geometric storm was a KP7 on the 19th of this month. We've been busy. Now looking at LASCO 3, we see a steady stream of gunk going to the south. Yeah, and then boom. And how do I know if it's not coming directly at us? Because there's not a halo all the way around. You know, you can see boom, boom, and you see it where you'll know when there's a halo. You know, if a halo's like directly at us. You know. Alrighty then. Let's look at the solar wind right now and the magnetopause model from the Aussies. You can see it's really was way out there low, and then it's going to slowly creep in. There we go. And dynamic pressure stays pretty low. Stays around 3 or 2. Yeah, which is at 2 right now. Or 0.2, I should say. Protons are down low. The solar wind's not a whole lot. Standoff distance is still about 14. So the sun's not really pegging us right at this minute. So if you look at the ground magnetics, you'll see. And magnetopause. Here's the ground magnetics. Especially these things go really nutso when there's an aurora. There's a little bit of something, not a whole lot. You know, we saw the Mid-Atlantic Ridge pound today, so we'll be watching that. Back to the solar weather here. Comets are families unpredictable. For every one that becomes to the naked eye object, there's a dozen that fizzle out in disappointment. Despite this track record, astronomers have a standard formula they regularly use to predict the brightness of an incoming comet. And a dim fuzz could become good or even great come later this year. Yeah, we'll see. KP index is quiet right now. There's no really big significant corona holes, just a couple little smallies to deal with. Have you been watching the skies lately? There's still quite a bit of fireballs zinging around out there. Yeah. Class M chance, 75%. Class X is at 20%. It's supposed to be that way for the next 48 hours. Mid-latitude geometric storm probabilities is 20%. Upper is, or high latitudes, 15%. That's the probabilities. 2,349, that's our magic number, still there. And we watched this thing really increase over the last 2 years, but it's been pretty stationary for some time. And today being the 23rd, ding, 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 ding. Yep, we got one rock that's way out there, and it's about 78 feet across. Yeah, about 78 feet. And it's at, about 5 million miles away. Yep. It's a good thing that thing's way away from us, eh? Yeah. Let's see what else we have in the morning here. On the x-rays, well, let's check it out, baby. Here we go. Here's the M, right? There's your M right there. That's an M3. And here's another one. Here's an M3.6. Here's one, M3.2. Oh, whoa, waggy. We had another M1 here and an M1 there and an M1 here. This was an M2.78, another M1. And the other day, before yesterday, we had an M3.39. So, and another one at 2.26. So the last 3 days we see at a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 M flares. Yeah, definitely an uptick, but you can see a marketed drop right now as we just bounced in with a C7.74. All right. Cool. In case you lost it, Uranus is on the other side of Jupiter, and you can't see it. Got to get your belly or that gas out of the way. That's right. Or you can talk to King of Snarls, and yeah, he always wants to know. Yeah, okay, Quakehead. Just you saying nothing that at this point just thought occurred. Yeah, that's great, you know. And we have to kind of allow for those observations, just kind of saying, well, you know what? I'm more inclined to think it was, something more than just this. And giving people the space to do that, that's a really good thing to do. And because sometimes we get so caught up in the box of way things work, we miss much. Yeah, so we're not being affected by any other planets right now. We have Mercury, which is out in front of us. So the pull that we learned about this morning, all the planets seem to be on the other side of the sun. Pretty interesting there. Yeah. So magnetically, the sun is our factor, our father factor here, eh? Okay, what else do we have? Let's look at the tremor map. Yesterday, there were 120 tremors. Did you know that? Yeah, check it out. Just north of Eugene, south of Salem, there in the Pacific Northwest. And then on the California-Oregon border, south of Medford. A couple little vibrations. Here's the Blanco fracture zone, splitting both of these in half. Is this from here? Is subduction going in? ETS events. This is not an ETS event. It's a vibration. Yeah. And if these things, anyway, I just had an image of doing that. I'm going to have to find that one here. It'll be funny. Anyway, if the Pacific plate's only moving, 7 millimeters a year, do you think all these vibrations are because of what's happening in the ocean? Or are they a response to what's happening in the ocean? One way to look at it, and then there's another way to look at it. One's being created by it, and one is a response to it. That's still being created by it, is it not? Or is it? You tell me what you think. How come there are vibrations in the land? I don't know why. Why? Yeah. We'll see, I guess. Let's see. Silly goose. Yeah. What about old Yellowstone? Have you heard from Yellowstone lately? Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Something's happening. Yep. Something's happening. Yep. A couple of these were even on the west or the eastern side felt them. Yeah. Is it the snow melt? I don't think there's any snow. There might be snow up there. All this noise, and all of a sudden, just these things come in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I wonder. Who wrote the Book of Love? I don't know. God did. That's who. Yeah. It's a big love story, everybody. A tragedy at times, too. I was going to look something up here. Vibrations and earthquakes. Oh, yeah. Go back to the tremor map. Go back to the volcano seismicity. And I'm going to look at Rainier. And how about off Rainier? Puyallup River. I'm going to see if there's anything noisy up there. I believe the volcanoes are all attached. See, there's a noise right there, here. A couple little smallies. These are pretty far away. So let's go ahead and look up on the mountain. Maybe its roots are deeper. It's kind of like the dendrites. You know, one leg is a little bit longer and it goes way down deep in the earth. See here, here's a little something that's transpiring. These all could be wind-related rock falls or what. It's not explaining what's happening there at U.S. Yellowstone. Right here, there's a Hebron Lake. Check it out, man. There are 3 quakes up here. 3.1, 2.7, and a 2.8. And if I went terrain and I did all magnitudes, we'd see there's 5 total. So I'm looking at Yellowstone. These are all picking them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a few. There's a earthquake too. Yeah, another one. They turn red only when the sensor of the machine goes beyond the sensor's capability. That goes red. That's all that means. So, and you can see out the east entrance, nada. And the west entrance does have something, or the east one up here in Parker Park. But on the west, you can see Hebron Lake is up here. So obviously there's something going on up here. And looking at only at one resource and not the others shows you can air it out. Here's Yellowstone Park. Here's Hebron Lake. This is the area of the uplift, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, Eddie. Nice to see you. Full moon tonight. Yeah, we had a full, well, it's almost a full moon last night, huh? Or maybe another volcano. Could be. Is this Montana graphs? Let me see. Oh, is this thing on.org? Sorry, Eddie, I didn't see you. It's always a pleasure to see you, Eddie. Red Wagon's in the house. Good morning. Oh my God, full moon, not good. Okay. Well, better. You can see better. Maybe. I don't know. Does the full moon mean that the moon is closer to us? Or does it mean it's away from us more? Does it mean it has a more magnetic pole? Because the more sunlight's on the surface of the moon? Or does it just mean that it's reflecting more of sunlight outwardly? And if it's reflecting the sunlight, does that sunlight impact the earth? You tell me. Yeah. Yada, 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 yada. All right, let's get down to it here. Volcano news. In the news today, according to Volcano Discovery, on April 23rd, Santa Guido, Fuego, Simiru, Dacono, Sangay, Luatolo, Sebekaya, and Reventador. Reventador is only popping about 1,000 to 2,000 feet, and nothing to worry about so far. Santa Guido, about 50 miles north of Fuego, Santa Maria, blew up a while back. I think in the early 1900s, and it created Santa Guido. 13,000, so it's only 12.3, so yeah, 700-foot popper, but it's popping. Simiru, over there in Indonesia, the armpit of Indonesia, just north of Bali on Java. 23. Well, yeah, they don't know, can't see it. It's small. Semenkaya, down in the armpit of South America, still staying at 26. Now, this thing's been popping a mile high for a week. Yeah. Semenkaya in the armpit. Southern Peru, just west of Bolivia and Chile. Sangay volcano, there in Ecuador. It's San Gabriel at 17, going to 22. Fuego, 14. It's a little bit lower than normal, but it's there. Ducono, 9,000 feet out of Ducono. Still, Ducono and Ibu popping away, man. Boom, 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 boom. There, Halimara, the Malacca Sea, very, very active. It's telling us something. I think it's kind of like a barometer or something like, well, something comes this way or walks this way, you know. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, or can I? Yeah, really. Little toe B and little toe low. You know. Yeah. Walk this way. Yeah, little Toby and little Tolo both popping away down there just above Timor. Let's show you where that is, by the way. Ding, 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 ding. Right down here. We got a couple of earthquakes there in a band of C, 4.5 and a 4.5 in the local area. Look for the scorpion's tail right here. There you go. Little Tobo and little Toby. Bing-a-ding, right there and right there. Yeah. See, we can close that. And if I click like this, open that up, and click like this, and went to earthquakes, you can see that they had a like a pyroclastic flow down its face. But you see right here on that elbow, right there on that elbow. Yeah, that's little Toby, or little Tolo, one of the two. Yeah, Toby, and you can't say Toby out loud. People get all bent out of shape. Yeah. And you can see explosion erupts as the volcano continues. Boom, right? Yeah. And then Seven Kaya, again, right down here, unable to detect it because it's just put too much crap up in the air. Seven Kaya is down over here. The armpit, look for the armpit of South America right here. Go up, there's a lake right here, and right up in here, right up in there. The source of the Amazon. Yeah, right up in there. Ding. And if you wanted to know exactly where it is, click this, click that, and it will tell you there's no earthquakes, but it will tell you where it's at. You zoom in out, there's the lake right there, right? There's the lake right there. Okay? That's how I found it. And hey, where is that thing? Little Toe Low reported 5,000 foot popper. Little Toe B, what was Little Toe B? Sporadic explosions persist. So interesting how those two volcanoes are pretty close together and they're both popping. Little Toe Low, 5,000 foot popper. If I click this, went down there, earthquakes, it'll give you where the map is, right? Right in there, right there. Zoom out. There's the scorpion's tail, so it's like 2 islands away. Yeah, come back out. I said on the scorpion tail, but I was wrong. It's in its butt. Zooming out here, right there. Little Toe B, little Toe Low. There's scorpion tail, right? All right. Now you know where they're at. Just north of Timor. Here's Timor. All right. You got it. Semeru volcano, the armpit of Indonesia, right over here. There's the arm, the bay there. Here's Semeru. Yeah, 1941. And that's it for our volcanoes today. Wow, that's it. Ain't a whole lot going on, I guess. No, there's plenty going on. It's just bigger stuff. Bigger stuff happening in the world today. Yeah. We went through them all. Okay. Now, last night, this is all the earthquakes happening today. We just had another one. 2.8 Hebron Lake, also down in Toya, Texas. This is related to, drilling. So we've been told. Oh, or is it? Right? But this one, nah. Interesting events happen. Let me see if I have it here. Let me bring this over here. This is yesterday's view, and I'm going to make sure you can see it. No, you can't see it. This one you can. There you go. This is yesterday's view of Canada and all the earthquakes in the last 30 days. You notice anything about it? You see there's some pretty large quakes there. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Some larger quakes than just little piddly suckers. Several orange ones. And a red one. Okay. And what about if I did this? What do you think about them? Northwest to southeast. Yeah. Now, what would be making these areas happen the way they're happening? If you ever seen a way an earthquake goes off and it travels the earth, that's the direction it travels across North America. It starts up here and travels across. Now, I've seen it go the opposite way as well. And I've seen it come from up here, go down this way. But more than not, stuff that happens over there, Japan's, over there in the Philippines and the like, it appears that because they're closer, it happens along a northeast to southwest kind of event. And it's like, well, why if it's coming across here, why is it like this, these kind of lines? Now, I'm just sharing with you an observation. It's like, well, okay, well, these are closer than down here. Well, these lines persist all the way down through the United States. And a couple of these lines, here's Iceland up here, go right across central all the way into Mexico and down the eastern seaboard. The St. Lawrence one, right into Texas. My question is, could these be lineaments? Lines upon the earth that are invisible, that become visible only because they're actuated or activated. I wonder what the difference of those words are. Let me see here. The cause machine device to operate. All right, actuate. That's what I was referring to. I wonder if they're actuated. If these lines are actuated because of some sort of event. Albeit, could it be solar or something else? You know, my prima facie thought patterns is that they get actuated, and these are the ley lines or lineaments, and they're also the lines of the magnetic earth crossing the planet, and they get actuated, they vibrate down these lines, and they show us what's going on from the core to the surface. It's kind of like how I thought, you know. Means on the face of what I am thinking here. So if you have a different observation, a different thought process, go ahead and put it in chat. That'd be interesting to discuss that with you. And we'll be discussing that a little bit more on the rabbit hole tomorrow. And speaking of the rabbit hole,
The rabbit hole was created to dive deeper into subjects that needed further examination. Hi, I'm Joe, and my guest and I will take you on a journey of discovery and exploration. We will provide insight and theories regarding the subjects we discuss. Come join us live at joeslicklive.locals.com, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you. And remember, don't get none on you.
All right then. Yep. There you go. So if earthquakes are happening along these lines, I mean, think about it. You know, is there a pattern that persists? Okay, well, they're not like bing, 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 bing all the way down this all at once. But nothing moves all at once. Unless there's something that's huge and it's pushing it, such as like an asteroid hitting the Earth, and it would push everything away from that spot, right? Or if you jump on your bed and, you know, you push the center of it, everything else gets kind of drawn in or pushed out as you bounce on it. You know, so it's like, hey, over time, this is what we're seeing over a 30-day cycle. You know, there's an interesting part, a missing link is what's happening here. I have a feeling that there's just not a whole lot of sensors in this area of Canada, or maybe something secret. There might be a secret base up there in the Northwest Territory that nobody's supposed to know about. Yeah, like the one up down there in Antarctica. But yeah, I wonder where the antipode of Yellowknife is, or, you know, somewhere up here in, you know, Saskatchewan or Manitoba, on the other side of the planet. It'd be funny if it was in Antarctica, right? I know somebody's gonna look it up. Go ahead and look it up. Whatever. Just a thought. All right. Just a thought. All right, back to the earthquakes. Let's talk about what the EMSC is saying today. All right, let's go back 12 hours. We don't have to go back that far, but, you know, we were online here last night. And we're 23 today. Yesterday was a busy day over there in Taiwan. You'll have to watch the rabbit hole that's online. Over there in YouTube, YouTube and locals and Facebook, you know, and X, or Twitter, you know. All right, so yeah, we're looking in here. So Taiwan had a 4, Spain having a 2, 4.9 in Western Chile rise. Oh. All right, that's interesting. 4.7 to Taiwan, man. 4.0 Taiwan, just banging away. There's a South African one. All right. Potosi, Mexico. A lot of 3s. 4.0 Leyte, Philippines. 4.2. 4.9 Eastern New Guinea. PNG popping with a 4.9. Boom. And then we'll look at the map in a minute here. It's good zipping through these, looking for 4s. Taiwan, another 4. Azores, do 1. Taiwan, 4.6. My God. Santa Cruz Islands had a 4.9. That's 2 5s down over there, eh? All right. Eh? Yeah. 4.7 Zing Zang, China. Forgot to say Budgie Bird. Good morning. Love you, sister. 4.1 Taiwan. 4.7 Zing Zang, China. 5.0 North America, Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Well, the Rick James is saying hello. Bataan region 5.3 in the Philippines. That's between Taiwan and, you know, Philippines. Yeah. Off the coast of Costa Rica, little 4. Philippine Islands. See, there's a lot of pressure moving now out of Taiwan toward the Philippines. In Yellowstone National Park at a 2.8. Just happened 33 minutes ago. We saw that one. Rocket Bob says, let's look at this one real quick. In focus, origin of Earth's magnetic field and outs explained. Yeah, we'll have to watch that one, bud. I go to work, so I'm going to save that one. We'll do that one tonight. All right. Thank you, Rocket Bob. Yeah, we'll watch that one. Pretty good video. Also, you're seeing a what? Ding, 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 ding. All right. Look, that's kind of odd. Why is it happening just right there? Why not down here, not over there and up there? Why down here? To me, that's a magnetic line or a lineament. Same thing over here. Comes down like this. All right. Should see something happen down there, and the maybe Argentina could be down here, Sandwich Islands, or just east of Sandwich Islands today. We've already had the North American one right up here in the Atlantic. So there's the Atlantic one. Well, I guess there was one down there. Oh, I didn't know that. 4.8. Well, okay. One source is showing it and the other one's not. Go figure that noise. Don't ever forget about Puerto Rico area. Yeah. This Puerto Rican trench is no doubt very deep, and there's a whole lot going on all the time. And there's a shelf right here that if it were to slide would create a massive, massive human catastrophe out here, over here, and quite possibly Africa as well. But don't want that to happen, because there'll be a lot of people that don't make it. When you got a 60-foot tall tsunami coming at you. But along that line, bing, 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 bing. Oh, Texas limit, baby. That's what that is, and it goes out here. It's not a thin line. It's a, in my opinion, you got the Texas, right, and Mexico, and you got all the islands out here in the Caribbean and Cuba and up here in Florida, right? Right here, the Corpus Christi goes through the Caribbean. Here's Puerto Rico up here. Here's St. Martin down here, Martinique or whatever. And here's Corpus Christi. This invisible line. There's another one that goes right through here. And there's another one that goes right through here. Right through here, South America. Caracas. I think it's really right about here. Right? And you got Central America and Mexico. I'm not drawing it right, but these lines of energy, or I think I had pictures of it. Did I? I think I showed pictures of it to you. Yeah, let me nope, maybe in did I still have it here or no? Well, I guess I don't have it. Damn. Well, we went from cyclical to cyclical, and yeah. Anyway, I'll have to find it for you. And another rabbit hole. So, but there are magnetic lines on the Earth, and these magnetic lines, in my view, that's a magnetic line, vibrate at a frequency. And if there's another magnetic line, that vibration can actuate another one and put the signal from 1 to 2 Doesn't mean this could be positive and this could be negative and drawing it different, pushing back and forth, and positive charge, I should say, right? Negative charge. And these frequencies, I think, happen. And where the plate boundaries that cross these lines, and if I had another, let's see, a third ley line down here, right? Or I should put that red for you. And then these are just observations, eh? We can see that the earthquake that happens here, that is a 5, can happen down here and would be a 4. And it can happen down here, could be a 3. And depending upon, how far this distance here, and this is all theoretical, an idea, depending on how far these distances are, that the propagation of energy, right? And this is again another frequency between here, here, and here, between this spot and this spot. How the energy moves across the planet. That's why there's no plate boundaries here in the middle of the United States. Oh, well, there's the ancient ones. Nah, come on now. They're so compressed. There's rifts still there existing. But if North America is really floating on top of all the other stuff, how far down are those rifts? How far down are those ancient plate boundaries? And if the plate boundaries are that different, is there a rock difference between one and the other? And, are we saying that it's just the crust is just not, it's more than just a pile of crap floating on the water or a bunch of ice floating on the water? How do we explain that? The plate boundaries, like North America is freaking huge, right? Or the, look at the Eurasian plate, North American plate, right? Pacific plate. How do we really say that they're not solid? Or are we? Are we saying it's just a bunch of dirt compressed? Or crust? How do we explain the crust? Put it in chat. And also come to the rabbit hole and we can discuss that stuff. But, we already know that North America was divided in half or maybe thirds because of oceans. Well, that's plate boundaries, eh? Like the whole West Coast was down in Mexico and Mexico was down in Brazil and everything's moving north. And the Rockies were created by a crunch up of these islands that were out there and then smashed up against North American plate as it came over, the island arcs. Wow, what do we do? Can all these things be true? Or all these things kind of trying to explain what's going on? The experts are starting to say ancient tectonics could be reactivated in North America, interplate. Yeah. Because some of their suppositions just aren't. Or are we floating on an ancient underground sea? Right, Rocket Bob? There's a lot of thoughts about that. Yeah. That there's more water under the crust than above the crust. And that it just can't escape for some reason. And it takes something to puncture it to release all that water down below. I wonder. Yeah. Well, we'll entertain that stuff in a rabbit hole. That's what's great about rabbit holes. You're free to talk and you're free to, bring up your ideas. Support them. They're going to be challenged as everything we're saying. And a lot of things I just say it so that I can instigate from you. a response to your thought processes. Get you involved. JSL is not about me out here talking, out my ass all the time. Well, most of the time I do. But there you go. Most of the time I'm here interacting with you and watching what you're saying in chat, trying to respond and bringing it out. Because y'all pretty smart, pretty intelligent people, and I love what you say. Sorry, Patrick. Right? Beep. Here, one more time. There you go, Patrick. Who's Patrick? Well, Patrick's a little kid that watches SpongeBob, I guess, because there's a Patrick on SpongeBob. I don't even know who the hell SpongeBob is and what channel it's on. I never watched it. Whatever. Anyway, I'm off to work, everybody. Gotta go rock and roll, make some dollars, because my boy's coming to town. I gotta go fishing. Yeah. And I wish you can come, Timmy. I really do. But I understand. Circumstances are what they are. Love y'all. Big hugs. And remember, don't get none on you.